Hello there and welcome back to Europa Universalis 4 where I'm playing as Persia. It is 1738 and I'm gearing up my armies for another war against the Ottomans. To do so though, we'll just check my combat width because now it's at 40, which would mean 4 cavalry and 36 infantry. So I'm going to add 2 more infantry to each of these groups, but I might... How much mortars do they have? Maybe I'll increase their mortars instead though. So what if I go... Let's get 16 more mortars to start with. And then maybe I'll increase my infantry after that. Now, I probably can... No. Almost is allied with the Ottomans. They're likely to get involved in this war if I do declare war on them. I probably should upgrade that fort. Yeah, I kind of need all my forts at this present time. Because Adal's going to get involved as well. It's a bit of a tricky war actually. Well, not tricky, but the Ottomans have got... Kind of, in a way, they're still almost around me. They've got Hormuz, who can come in from the bottom. A few more cores kicking in. They've got Ottoman Egypt coming here. Adal at the bottom. The royal heretic. The people of Persia were pleased when High Imam Ismail announced his marriage to Qara al-Nizar. At the time, little was said about her origin or her upbringing in Ardabil. To most common folk in Persia, royals are a breed of their own, and they care little for such details. However, rumours bringing these issues to light have recently begun to spread. Some say that the Queen has refused to let go of her older Shia faith. While the people may have understood the need for a marriage to foreigners, they are less likely to do so when it comes to being ruled by a heretic. I'm pretty sure my unrest is pretty good at the moment. So let's just say, how dare they? The Queen is beyond reproach. Bit of unrest for a while, but I'm pretty sure I can cop that. Ottomans have declared war on Hadramaut. Doesn't affect me. It's get my new units consolidated. So, oh, lost an advisor. It's never good. Why isn't there level 2 guys? That's annoying me. Let's take level 1 guy for now. Okay. What's this? Military access from Hormuz. I will decline that. The royal marriage with Ardabil has ended. So after all that fuss, I might get that back because I want to keep my heirs coming through. Let's get a bit of money up my sleeve. Maybe I'll build 1 more mortar for each. Let's go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And on top of that, oh, what's this? Queen Regency. The monarch's dead. An heir, he's not old enough to rule, so I've got a Queen Regency. All that means I've got to boost stability back to 0. At least I can still declare war. Just enough money to finance all these new troops. Okay. Now, Diplo power is... I'm not going to spend that, so let's just promote some more mercantilism. It's the easiest way to deal with high Diplo power. I'll let these new armies kick in. I think did I miss one? No, I don't think so. Another royal marriage from Ardabil. Get that back. Does Kiva need one again? No. Yarkand? Oh, I can annex Yarkand already. Oh yeah, it's been more than 10 years. Maybe do one more war with Yarkand and then I'll annex them in. Might be the way to go. Ah, a new heir to the throne, a 333 heir, so, you know, it's... You know, could be worse. 403 though, for my current ruler, which isn't great. You will allow me to catch up on admin tech, so that's for sure. Okay. The Sheikh-ul-Islam. Where the Qadis are the judges of the land, the Muftis are the ones to provide general legal interpretation and doctrine. A high imamate, as large as ours, however, needs an overarching authority over all Muftis. Traditionally, this is the role of the Sheikh-ul-Islam. The Sheikh-ul-Islam will not only author fatwas himself, he will also be the one to appoint many of the regional Muftis in our realm, and ultimately he is the person who will safeguard the legality of the High Imam's edicts. Naturally, the man we pick will belong to the Shafi'i, but there are a number of distinguished candidates to choose from. Legitimacy isn't an issue, tolerance isn't an issue, so let's just go with my good old national tax modifier dude. Let us select the foremost and most loyal Mufti to this position. What's the general? Okay, so all these half armies now have 30,000 troops. I can merge them together to form a quite strong 60,000. Looks like I did miss out on this province up here, which I will rectify. Oh, hang on. No, they're still building. Wait. Oh, I must have built one too many, or two too many in this province. Be fine. Okay. So one more year and a bit until my truce with the Ottomans is ended. As long as I can keep a non-enforcement of ordinances. Monarchs ruled by issuing ordinances, but they're almost powerless to enforce them. Enforcement depended on local powers that would not always be as vigilant as the monarchs who would have desired. Now I'll let them handle it. They can have a bit of local autonomy. It doesn't really faze me. Estates. I wonder if there's any new provinces I can hand off to the estates. No, I can give these ones to the merchants. Oh, Aiden's a good one for the merchants. No, hang on. Probably better off giving that one to the Ulema. And I'll keep going who's who. Manpower, so he's better off going to them. The Emirs can have all these ones. Ulema can have Jazan. What up here? Enjoining right and forbidding wrong. Muslims are encouraged in the Quran to take an active role in the community in order to enjoin right and forbid wrong. While this command has been interpreted in many ways by Muslim scholars, it was sometimes used by reformist groups to justify the forceful spread of more extreme views. A group of charismatic mosque preachers in Baghdad have begun calling for the end of unorthodox religious practices and are inciting the populace against the Sufis, leading to violence and street battles. Let's stamp down the movement, move towards legalism. Musket can go to the Ulema. Heir falls ill. The heir, Ismail, breathes heavily. He's been lying in bed for 3 days now, and reflected in the beads of sweat on his forehead is the fear in his attendant's eyes for Ismail's life. Ismail will not make it through the night unless something is done. It's going to give me a loan. This is pro for his life, take the chance. No, the heir's dead. We got a new, a 365 heir. How about that? Okay. The House of Ustaujlu. With the union of Ali Murad and Razia, we have gained not only a spouse, but also a new ally in the realm. The Ustaujlu is an old and influential family, and the seat in Taiz is a jewel of the High Imamate. Of course, friendship has to go both ways, and Razia will be expected to speak for her kin, while the High Imam will be expected to consider such advice very carefully. Okay. Where was I? I'll give that to the Merchant Guild. Any other provinces worthwhile? Fair laws embraced by all. A commitment to true justice, blind to nation, religion or tradition, has proven popular with most portions of our population. Grievances against our rule are greatly reduced. Okay. Increases the corruption transfer. That one's not too bad, but they're not worthwhile. It's definitely worth giving these to the Ulema, that's for sure. Some claims? Oh, it's a lot of claims. Must be the mission expiring. Or mission bonus expiring. Give that to the Merchants Guild. Give Aleppo to the Merchants. Hammer. Emirs can have that one. And that one. Okay, that will do. Now that truce is almost ended. And since I'm going to declare war on the Ottomans, I might get a bit of a advantage. Let's go for Miltech 27, the bayonet. Although a musket could always be wielded as a club, it was not an effective hand-to-hand weapon. A bayonet was a blade that was fitted to the end of a musket, allowing the weapon to function as a spear. Initial bayonet designs plugged the barrel, making it either or choice. But the development of the ring bayonet, which fitted around the barrel, turned a musket into a useful support weapon. Okay. That increases my infantry ability. How are we going? Must be almost time. If I was to declare war on the Ottomans... I haven't got Hormuz anymore. Only Ajuran would join though, that's upsetting. I guess because that truce still. I have to wait for that truce to fully expire before I can suss out. But if I go to the Ottomans, and I sabotage their reputation, that might help me bring some in. Okay, so the truce is officially ended. Russia won't join. It's got a truce. Why do they still have a truce? That must be all of them by now, surely. Diplo power. Once again, just promote mercantilism. Russia would join in. Scandinavia won't because of their debt. Bohemia, I've got a truce, which is probably a bit more recent, isn't it? Oh, not too much. I can probably wait until then. Maybe by then Scandinavia can pay off some of the debt. I'm happy to wait a bit. We'll get this fleet though. Starting to head back, I think, just for safety. There's a bit of a risk in that part of the world. Just hope that someone else doesn't declare war on them in the meantime. Who are they at war with already? Oh, Hormuz and Brunei. Good having Ajuran. I would like to have at least Bohemia, even though with Bohemia. Oh, hang on. Oh, you... Russia's declared war. That's upsetting. That's just thrown out my plans big time. Alright. Guess I have to accept. Let's start getting there. Hopefully, if I can get dibs on all the provinces I want, they might give them to me. Oh, what's going on down here? That's just... I'm upset by that. I was seconds away from pulling the trigger on that. I was literally seconds away. Oh, hopefully I'll get rewarded. If I have a good participation, hopefully they'll give me land that I want. Dale's down there. I can deal with them later, I think. Monopoly company formed. Crowns often granted trading companies the exclusive rights to traffic goods in a region. These monopolies were granted in exchange for a lump sum payment and continuing revenues from the traders. I don't need Diplo power. I might demand payment in full. Take 2,500 ducats. That should pay for a bit of wartime, that's for sure. Everything's going pretty well. You might almost say going too well. Where is the... Oh, there's some Ottoman armies. No, I just can't believe that happened. I was seconds away from... Adele can't even get through that fort. Seconds away from pulling the trigger. Pretty sure I had my finger on the space button ready to press pause. Local traders demand aid. Merchants and captains of trade vessels in Shia have sent a representative to the government describing the home as increasingly lawless land, where piracy runs rampant and ships and ports are routinely raided by privateers. They argue that the government has neglected them and request funding to build defences against the growing threats. If this request is not granted, many feel like they have already lost too much and will take the business elsewhere. I can send them what they need, 100 ducats. I just hope that Russia... I've got... Bohemia's got most involvement. I just hope I get adequately rewarded for my efforts, that's all. Go down and deal with these guys. Switzerland is the new HRE emperor. "187 ships are guarding that crossing." Oh, that's an issue, isn't it? I don't think I'm going to be able to cross that anytime soon. Sufi shrines. The practice to patronize or even provide for shrines connected to the tombs of famous Sufis has long been a major point of contention for the ulema. With the more traditionalist generation taking power, they are now placing pressure on our ruler to try and clamp down on this custom. No issues with legitimacy, so we must do as they ask. Move towards legalism. Always admin toss, that's always good. Well, I guess... as long as this is a state of affairs, I'm not going to cross that anytime soon. But Russia coming from the top, so I might just hold this land. I could peace out early. It would annoy my allies, but with 70 years to go, is that an option? Do I lose my alliances though if I peace out early? Surely not. No, because Bohemia peace out before and they're still my ally. Or do I see it through? Do I not risk upsetting what's happening up there? No, I'm very upset at Russia for beating me by mere seconds. But these things happen. The war against the Ottomans will continue again next episode. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Appreciate the support. Hope to see you next time. And as always, take care out there.